Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Senator Shelley Moore Capito. You may love her or disagree with her.
But one thing is for sure, she is never afraid to speak her mind.
And speak her mind she did when I sat down with her for a one-on-one interview in her Morgantown office. Here's part one of my sit-down, starting with her take on whether or not President Obama should be allowed to pick Justice Antonin Scalia's replacement during his final year in office. Watch.
My preference would be that it delay until the next president, because I think by that time the people will have spoken who their leader should be. This is a very pivotal lifetime appointment, and I think that the President Obama's appointment, for me, would be viewed with a lot of skepticism just because of his executive overreach and some of the his Clean Power Plan and other things that have been harmful to our state. But if he decides that he's going to go ahead and make a nomination, then the Senate will do its duty, and that is to consider that nomination.
Do you think the Thurmond rule is a legit challenge to all this?
It has been, I think, decades, a very, very long time before since a Supreme Court nominee has been considered in an election year. I mean, we see how divisive things are. We see the divisiveness in the election. I think that presents challenges. That's why I think it's better off that we would postpone this and do it after the election.
Do you have any concerns that Scalia's death could have an impact on the recent Supreme Court decision about involving the EPA?
Absolutely. I mean, Justice Scalia was on the side that said that the president was, that we need to stop the Clean Power Plan and we need to consider whether it's executive overreach. What the Supreme Court, where they're so critical here, is deciding the balance between the executive and the legislature. And I personally think the president is way overreached in the Clean Power Plan and other areas. I want a like-minded justice to think that same thing. That's why I think this is really, really important for our state.
Are you afraid the EPA is going to try and circumvent that court ruling involving the Clean Power Plan?
They already are. I mean, Gina McCarthy has already said for states to move forward with the Clean Power Plan. She's encouraging states to spend money to develop things in something that may end up to be illegal.
One thing that's been very evident, obviously, through this presidential season on the GOP side is just how hard of a fought battle it's been. Is there a line there where you look at it like, guys, we got to be careful because we don't want to divide our membership?
I think a couple things about the primary season. Number one, it's generated enormous interest, both from the candidates and the fact that there have been such diversity within the Republican Party. I do worry about the divisiveness. I think some of the rhetoric has been very heated, very divisive against certain segments of the population. Who's got women, who's got minorities, who's got Latinos. I thought we were the United States of America, and I think that's what we should be appealing to rather than certain interest groups.